This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. I'm just kidding. Hi, Aquarius. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming and checking it out. General reading, September 2017. How you guys all doing? Thanks so much for your support and for being here. This moment in space and time is awesome. I'm so glad to see you. I have the privilege of reading for you guys. I want to let you know I'm changing up the format. For this month, what we're going to do here in this video is 2 separate readings. We're going to do a quick mundane look at the ticky-tacky 3D world. Then we're going to open some wisdom up and some direction through the oracle. And we're going to get into some messages for the 5D, for the spiritually awake, for those that are moving into areas that are more esoteric, more etheric, and those sorts of things. Okay, so you're welcome to watch both. I encourage you to watch both, so we've got that going on. All right, King of Swords has come out for your excuse me, your intention, your querent card. Okay, so Aquarius, there you are, just kind of hanging out, wanting to know, what has this guy got for me? What has this reader got in store for you? And I want to let you know, no flack for the way the cards come out. Some of them come up, some of them come face down. I get a peek at some of them before I'm ready, and other ones it's just like, there it goes. That's what it's meant to be. We're doing an old Celtic cross for this, and that's just what's going on, all right? All right, that's how she rolls. That's the way I do my readings. No rhyme, no reason, no rules. We throw them all out the window. Oh, wait, I got it wrong, though, because the cards came up. I knew there was like kind of a right amount of cards, and I forgot to put the near future out. Okay, let's look. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Wands. Where did, like, I feel like you guys are kind of like, where did my confidence go? Where one day it was there and the next day it was gone? Or where are my blessings? One day they were there and the next day they were gone. That sort of thing. Now, Aquarius, I feel like you need to be able to capture the moment within yourself and put yourself out there a little bit more. You guys are normally very good at doing this, but the feeling I have is that you've been a little bit more reserved in your personality, and that's okay. This is like the undercurrent. This is like what's coming through from the subconscious. So you guys are maybe worried about something, why you're here in this moment, special time. Try not to worry too much, you guys. It's just normally just an issue of confidence, just being able to be like, you know what? Why am I letting this bother me? Why am I letting it get to me? That sort of thing. And if it's like matters of like heart, that sort of thing, well, then you may just have a situation where you got to have the confidence to kind of do something about it. What's your challenge this month? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you are wrapped up with a Capricorn, I feel for sure. This could be Taurus or Virgo as well, but when I flipped it, it's just like Capricorn and Aquarius, they have this sort of intermingled history. And if you were born on the cusp of these 2 signs, I encourage you to check out the cusp readings as well. There's going to be more information coming out there. But the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is an interesting mix, all right? There's a lot of strong desire that happens for this. And a lot of you may just be questioning your feelings about a Queen of Pentacles. This could be a relationship from the recent past, or this could be one that is ongoing as of right now, okay? You could be waiting on news regarding a crush, or this could be a Queen of Pentacles who has been giving you mixed messages. Doesn't mean it has to be a man. The man has to be an Aquarius, and the lady has to be a Queen of Pentacles. It could be the other way around, depending like even on age. I feel like you might be a tad bit older than the love interest here or the challenge. So this Queen of Pentacles, when it's coming up like this, the feeling is that they're not being completely clear with you. You're almost like trying to like getting information out of them is like pulling teeth kind of thing. It's like, do you care? Do you love me? Do you want to hang out? Or, you know, that kind of thing. And they're just like, oh man. And you might feel like you're having to put in a lot of work, and it's like nothing's coming easy at this time. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it's usually that way. Nothing is usually, she doesn't view things that come easy as being worthwhile to her. So it's like you may just find yourself putting in work in regards to a relationship to get a great reward, because she or he is a beautiful friend or lover. When they do come through, they are willing to dedicate a lot of their energy and time towards you. But the feeling I have is you've got to be authentic. You've got to open up emotionally a little bit, and you have to be a good listener and willing to put in that work, willing to show that you care, that sort of thing. Now, if you feel like the opposite, the reverse is true, or is like that, you know, you're doing all that, but you're not receiving that reciprocation, right? And that sort of thing. Just be patient with it, because it's like this relationship is going to reveal to itself. It hasn't revealed itself to you whether or not it's faded, or it's the right one, or it's real at this time. Well, obviously it's real, but is this the one, or is this something that is worth more of your invested time? You don't know yet. It hasn't revealed itself to you, and it doesn't want to really reveal itself to me at this time either. What's crowning the reading is you guys really wanting to know if it's right, really wanting to know if it's okay to move forward, all right, with whatever this is. All right, now bringing in for the reason past is a Five of Wands reverse. Yeah, you've lived, you've learned, you got bumped, you got bruised, you fell down, you got scraped. You know that every person is different and unique, and every relationship poses its own challenges, right? But there's harmony to be found here. Sometimes our differences are our greatest bonding attributes. A lot of times you find when people are fighting and when people are bickering, usually it's because they're the same personality types. Usually it's because they're too much alike, and then egos get involved, and who can be like more of that type of personality, and it turns into a competition or a fight. But this here is good to see, because this, even if you have your differences, allow them to be the beautiful things that keep you together, or make the relationship more harmonious, all right? With these court cards coming up like this, I know this is a relationship reading, and it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to like go one way or another. It's just like this, whatever you're dealing with. Like, anybody with two eyes and a mouth could give this tarot reading if you knew what the cards meant, right? King of Wands, and the undercurrent in the foundation of this reading is the managing of things. All right. Some of you could be worried about a fire sign that has introduced themselves into a relationship that you have with another person, or triangulated themselves into a relationship with this person. Okay. The King of Wands here in this situation is somebody that you may just be worried about being more affluent, or maybe wooing a partner away from somebody. There may be like worry associated with this card. Okay, now the King of Wands is an effective manager. The King of Wands knows what he wants. So if this person, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, is around and they're kind of like in your business, or like spending a lot of time with your partner, and it's making you feel uncomfortable or uncertain, I would try and nip this in the butt as soon as I could in this type of situation, because this kind of person is like, they're very passionate. They don't want to stop to realize the influence that they're having. They just want to have the influence, so to speak. Whereas it's like you, sometimes if you're not feeling overbalanced or confused about a relationship, sometimes you kind of can close off emotionally, and you just go about it sort of headstrong, and you're like, I know what I want, and I want it now. Like that kind of thing, right? So it's like, you're going to have to be very careful. I feel like things could get heated, could get fired up in interpersonal relationships going into the month of September with you, okay? Watch out for triangulated relationships. Or if this Queen of Pentacles, if this person is dividing their time between you and another person, you want to get to the bottom of it right now. The near future, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, why would you want to deal with too much of this? Why would you want to have your energy split? Or like, you're happy when things are together, but maybe you're worried that it's not right, because when they're away, maybe she's like, maybe he or she is like, oh, don't worry, honey, they're just my friends from high school. And meanwhile, they're hanging around with a ton of people from the opposite sex that they've known for years longer than you. And you're just like, I don't want to put up with that bullshit, right? Two of Pentacles in the near future. You're going to make a choice regarding this very soon, okay? Time is of the essence of this. If you're better off asking and either like calling a lie for what it is, or accepting the fact that they're being authentic and true, rather than not knowing and get into these patterns of thinking where it's just like assumption based, or presumptive, or accusations or things like that. Okay, so Two of Pentacles, you're going to make a choice about this person, this situation, and whatever it is, you may need to decide like, hey, if we're going to be together, I really feel uncomfortable with you hanging around with this person. If they say, well, that's not, you're not allowing me to be free. If she comes back to you and say, well, you don't trust me, or that sort of thing, just be like, well, maybe the relationship's too new, too fresh, or maybe it's a situation where it's like, yeah, I trust you, But why on earth would you spend all that energy with that person if you say you love me more? Like, your actions have to back up your words, Queen of Pentacles, so to speak, okay? Now, here's the Queen of Cups in your environment. So, as well, there are other people involved. There are, like, friends talking to friends about your hookup. Maybe this is something that's come from a social circle, or, like, friends that were, like, already together, and then, like, his friends and her friends met, and then more people hooked up, and, like, you know, maybe you know them through somebody, and, like, somebody in this situation knows that maybe somebody is playing or didn't have the, you know, best intentions to begin with in regards to it. So be careful of how emotionally invested you are at this time, and use your intuition in your environment. If it doesn't feel right, chances are it's probably not. You know, intuitive clues from your environment and through other people. Watch people's eyes and their mouths when they're speaking to you, and just kind of be like, evaluate for yourself how authentic they're being. Because right now it's like you're not doing that. Your head is kind of down. You're too much in your head about this, kind of being like, maybe I should proceed, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, I'm scared to make a move. Well, no, get up into some people's faces and be like, oh, look at the situation for what it was. See who's being authentic, and see who's just being surface and what's the word I'm looking for? Superficial. All right, that sort of thing. All right. Because here, in your best path to follow, the Hermit. Wow, look at that. Nip it in the butt, and whatever becomes of it, take it. Lesson learned, like I said, sometimes you just got to take your lumps and go. And other times, you know, things can be really good about it. And if you're not getting a direct, clear answer about what they want to be, just withdraw. You know, it's like, if you love them, set them free, and if they return to you, it's meant to be, sort of thing. The Hermit is the ace of that. He's like the king of the change of that. He's just the one that says, you know what, I love you enough to let you go and give all your energy to a Bobby or Jenny or whoever you're caught up with or interested in right now. But you know what? When you're all done with that, when that person dumps you, and you know, maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't, because the Hermit's on his own journey. All right? Now, let's look. Eight of Swords, reversed. And that's okay. Hopes and fears. You guys are not going to let it get to you so much. Some of you are going to get to a point here where it's like your mind is already made up. You might have just not have taken action anymore. The blinders are coming off. You're not willing to be too much in your head about this anymore. Okay? Maybe you are, like, just recently or around the time you're receiving this reading is probably the right time. In the hopes and fears, maybe some of the fears is that you won't recover fully from the time that you've invested in this, but that won't last long. That's just a little bit of conditioned thinking, being like, oh my God, it means everything, right? When really it's like what's in your heart, what's inside means everything. So stay tuned for the awakened messages. Wow, and we have another 8 reversal. The thing I love about 8s is when you turn them upside down, they're the same as when they're right side up, right? And that's kind of cool. But these cards are actually pretty positive when they're reversed and together in this type of situation. It's like, tomorrow, what is Little Orphan Annie? Tomorrow's only a day away, and whoever's in your life tomorrow is there, is meant to be, is meant to last. If they're not, then you know what? That tough titty, said the kitty. That's their loss, right? Okay, now, that's the mundane portion of the reading over with. Now we're going to get into some oracles. Wow, that was fast. Too fast. I'm blaming that one on my fingers. Don't worry, guys. I know when it feels right. I know when it doesn't. I've been dealing with flippers and jumpers since 1997 when I learned tarot from. And here are your wisdom messages, okay? Here we go. You guys have number 4, higher power, and number 38, to be fair, all right? So if somebody's not being fair in a situation, they're going to get their just desserts. And if you're trying to be fair to too many people at this time, maybe what the situation is like you kind of have to prioritize. Be fair to the situations which are calling for your fairness. And if they haven't, if somebody's like burned a bridge with you, just don't give them any more of your power, because the higher power is getting involved here. Your higher intuition, your higher sense of knowing, of like maybe wanting to just move on, just walk away, like that 8 of Cups says. Like, you have what you have, and you've worked so hard to attain what you have. Does it really belong to anybody else? Does anyone else have the power to take away how good you feel or how well you do in life? No, not really. Only if you let them. To be fair, that's what it means. All right. So it's good cards to see there. It's good wisdom, right? And be fair with yourself. Be fair with yourself. Just say, like, okay, if I'm not feeling confident, if I'm not feeling just within what I'm doing, then that's what it is, okay? Aquarius, you guys can handle this. You can do this. So no big deal. We're going to get a little direction now. We got the wisdom. Now we need the direction. Where do we go with this? Where do we take it? Take it to the bank, right? Yeah, I'm not charging for these readings, by the way. They're free. I don't offer personal readings at this time, but like I said, I do appreciate you guys supporting this little YouTube channel. This is me giving back in the way that I know how, and that's part of my personal spiritual journey. So I appreciate you being on the receptive end. I want to let you know, if you're born on the cusp, you can check out the Cusp series readings that are accompanying these generals. They're just going to be little 5-10 minute videos where these oracle messages are coming through, okay? And as well, check out the Roundtable, little vlog about tarot if you're interested more about how tarot keeps it fluid. We keep it moving, flowing like a river, so to speak. All right, direction, flying. Oh, wow. Isn't this interesting? You guys always have a knack for being on top of your game. You always have a knack of being the ones that are like, there's gifts, there's talents that when you are being fair to yourself and you're not giving your power away to other people, you can achieve such great things. So the direction with that hermit that we saw there as well, this is a good time for you to sort of think about where you want to apply your talents and think about what elevates you, what elates you, that you can do on your own that doesn't involve other people. And then, you'll truly be flying, all right? Now, for the last portion of this, we're just going to check in with our chakras just for some more added commentary and more insightful messages coming in for the 5D. I got these, I forget the name of this tarot deck. I should look it up or at least list it in the description box because it's an awesome, it's not a traditional tarot deck. I think there's like 81 cards in this deck, and like they're more like they apply to like the elements rather than the sort of the suits, so to speak, right? But it's like kind of the same thing where it's like, yeah, cups and water are emotions, right? And swords is like our mental, our mental faculties, right? And then like wands is like more of a compassing of like our passions, our personality, and our endeavors, right? Our projects. And then you've got our the pentacles or the coins, which are the the material things, all that is earth-based, all that you can touch, taste, see, and smell, right? That sort of thing. And also the dimension of time, the 4D. People always talk like, they're like, well, 4D and 5D, or 3D and 5D, where's 4D, right? Well, 4D is like, that's your calendar here. This is your time. This is the linear time, which is like people tend to move through this dimension, or they become kind of stuck, and that's why we're here. The intention of this whole channel and me as a person is to bring any kind of healing inspiration I can. I just want to get back. So Aquarius, root chakra, look at this now. You guys have come up with a big 4 of Wands here, and this is an awesome card to have. With this, when you focus your energy on the things that elate you, you rarely miss your mark. You are almost always on target. So let's get invested in ourselves, in our health, in working out, back to the gym, the things we like to do, the people we like to associate with, where it's like the feeling is that when it's grounded, when you have a new thing and you pull it in and you ground it, you guys are very, very talented at this. So from this point of view, I don't really feel like anything's wrong. Allow life to be a celebration. Each waking day when you wake out of bed, if you go through a meditation or a gratuity ceremony, that is great. But it's like, remember, like even after that first cup of coffee, life is a celebration. And whether we're at work, stuck in traffic, we know what it needs to do to get the good tunes rolling, the good vibes happening in mind, body, and soul, and like ground those within yourself. Don't get too caught up in interpersonal stuff and other people's bullshit. If they want to lead you down a weird path, then that's their problem. Don't get stuck in that, okay? 4 of fire there. All right, and now we've got a 5 of air. So this is a situation where it's like you need to see reality as it truly is when it comes to your creative energy, okay? You need to see what's there. You need to see what's working for you and what's not. You need to see who you're compatible with and who you are not. This is sexual chemistry even when I talk about compatibility. For those of you that are single and like to celebrate life with many other people, as I feel you do. Aquarius is a very social sign. But you need to see it clearly. And this is a little bit of cause for concern to me. That means that you're not, because it's like she's blindfolded here. She's trying to use her lower Tao, her lower gut instinct, but the eyes are closed as well down there. So it's like you almost are not really seeing how talented you are at present time, how blessed you truly are at present time. And I feel like, you know, even if you are say, yes, I am, I feel that there might be some situations where there is a little bit of denial occurring, maybe when it comes to, you know, where you view yourself or something to that. Like it's kind of closed off. This energy, this area could use a little bit of healing. It's almost like for some of you it could use a rest, and for others of you it could use a kickstart. And it's just through being able to listen to your body to, when you have an idea or an inspiration or want to know what to act on and what not to act on, you need to listen to your body a lot more rather than relying on that sort of stern intellect that kind of comes over you from time to time. All right. Now, intuition, you got the Queen of Air here, or the Queen of Swords in a traditional. We saw the King up earlier. So being yourself, like the late Chris Cornell said, like to be yourself is all that you can do, right? And is one of the most true statements of our time, right? Don't force things. If it seems like you're forcing it, or it feels like you're having to fight too hard for it, screw it, cut it out. Like wait for the next bus, wait for the next train. Even missed opportunities or misunderstandings, miscommunication, they all set us up for the timeline of what is divinely supposed to occur next. And so if we like have a bad situation, an incident or something on our hands, be quick to like cut the past. Just be like, cut it and drop it and move into the next moment in space and time. I always say welcome to this moment in space of time, because you know what? It's different than it was 5 seconds ago. Yeah, it might be close, it might be similar, but it's different than it was, half hour ago, because you are on a very personal and infinitely unique timeline that is always changing. So don't let past moments have too much power over you. All right, here we go. Up into the heart chakra energy, we have healing reversed. All right, some of you need to clear the air, I feel, with some of the people around you. It's not like you have to explain yourself, I feel, but it's almost like you're yearning, especially younger viewers now, I feel like you're yearning for understanding, for connections, for bonds, like where it's like almost like you're feeling like you need to make your life better through other people's approval. And that's a harsh statement, and I'm sorry that came out the way, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like, if you are like kind of feeling like you need to like show your wares or show how awesome you are to other people, this is like a correction that could be coming with this healing card reverse. This is going to be saying like, it doesn't have to be good enough for anyone else. It doesn't need to impress anyone else. If it's good enough for you, then it's got to be good enough for you. And if nothing is ever good enough for you, or nothing ever feels like it's satiating or fulfilling you enough, we need healing in the heart chakra. It's coming up reverse. We need to heal it. For some of you, it just could be a situation where old past relationships have left a level of disdain or bad taste in your mouth, where it's like you can't get over them, and then you bring those things forward into the next relationship, or where you're at now with how you view yourself or how you get along with others. We need to heal this. We need to realize like that there is a lot of opening up that we need to do. It's like, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life, right? We always need to be very aware and see the relevance in the other side of the coin to be truly healed in our heart. It's like, it's not all like sugar plums and lollipops and unicorns all the time. You're very aware of this, Aquarius, but at the same time, it's kind of like, if you ever feel like things aren't going your way, or you feel pissed off at the world for some reason, it's like, this is a reminder for gratuity and for blessings to come in to help heal this heart chakra. All right? Okay. Now, up in communication, throat chakra area, we have choice. So, personal truth, and this is like reversed right now. So some of you maybe just need to talk about some of the choices you have made, or talk in depth to somebody you trust about a choice that you are wanting to make or that you need to make, about what you're doing with your time, what you're doing about your life. For some of you, this could mean a need for a little bit of outside counseling for somebody that is not that is removed from your social life, or from your workplace, or from wherever. They have no idea what's going on. They're completely independent of knowing you and talking about that. All right. This is card choice, not the counselor, but it's reversed here. So I feel it's like you're unable to make a choice until you gather more information or the opinion of that from somebody who is not emotionally invested in it. Okay. Now, up in third eye, you guys have card number 4, the Mother. Now look at this. There is care. There is divine support for you. Gaia is here for you no matter if, the established world order, the rat race environment is not, accepting of what you want to do, or if you're fed up with it. Your third eye, your soul searching, your spiritual awakening, your uplifted side, right, into the etheric, is wanting you to connect with Gaia, connect with nature, and know that you are divinely protected in all that you do. If you're feeling uncertain or insecure at this time, make sure to slow down, all right? The Mother always wants you to slow down. It's like, you got to think about it just kind of in linear terms of like, how true is it? Like, how many times do you just hear your mom or somebody else's mom in Walmart being like, slow the F down, right? That's what the mom wants you to do. So that's the message coming in from there. Just slow down a little bit, all right? Wow, and coming in for Crown, look at this. We've got the 5 of Fire, and we've got the 8 of Earth coming through here. Now, there is a lot to be said for this. This is like a narrow focus. This is the universe, I feel, or source warning you not to fight yourself over situations that you feel like you need to control. There is some egoic things going on here where it's like you've lost focus, or focus is too narrow and it needs to be reattained. It needs to be widened, or you need to slow down so that the timeline isn't moving past you so fast that you're missing the peripheral. You've actually stopped, and now you can see everything for exactly as it is. All right? This card here is all about perception. It's a pentacle card, but this is all about you. It's almost like there's a risk of like spending too much time moving in a direction without the certain knowledge, right? It kind of goes hand in hand with this of where you actually need to be, or if the timeline is correct for you. And this is more so than like not fighting with other people, but like kind of like almost fighting with yourself, I feel. When this chakra could use a little bit of healing too, I feel, as well. You may just need to be in a point where it's like you could get into some breathing exercises or doing some meditations, all right, and that sort of thing. Your enemies, maybe you're perceiving people at this time to be your enemies when really they're not. And maybe you're perceiving people to be your close friends as well when really it's just a superficial relationship with somebody that doesn't care about you. And it's like you just kind of don't want to accept that because you just are liking the companionship or whatever that much, right? Or something like that. But there's healing that needs to come along with this one, all right? I'm not accusing you guys of anything. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but we always try to ask for healing through these readings, all right? Feel like that one ended on a bit of a sour note, but that's okay, Aquarius. That's the way it goes sometimes. The cookie crumbles like the cookie crumbles, right? All right. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.